Hello and welcome to this album with me, William Hann. Normally, it's the podcast where each episode, a guest and I would deep dive an album of their choice. But this is not an ordinary episode. I'm joined by return guest, friend of the show, enemy to the state. It's Mr. Robert Ball.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Pretty good, Bally. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I've been having a mad one because I'm home alone at the moment, basically.
I'm here.
You're here, and Lord knows I need you. My beloved wife, Sarah, has been working away for the last 6 days, and so far only 3 fires and 1 fatality in the house.
Okay, beautiful.
On day 7.
Some lovely fires you've got in there, I have to say. Not so friendly.
Not so friendly, but yeah, that's what the fire service are for.
The sort of...
Yeah, a bit of decor, create a bit of atmosphere in the room.
Where Donde Esta Sarah?
Donde Esta Sarah away for work.
Bit of a Primavera time.
I believe she's returning, but
more for her.
Stop replying to my texts. So. Yeah, I heard the signal's bad in Hong Kong. So so I figured what I'd do, I'd invite some friends over, and we do what we always do in pubs, is just talk about festivals we've been at.
Oh yes.
So I figured Primavera Sound will be upon us in due course. Why not look back at your first Primavera Sound? Not mine, but your first Primavera Sound.
Yeah, you went on the one just before me, didn't you?
Well, I think even a couple before you.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow. When was the one where you were wearing the bathrobes?
That was this one. Yeah,
right,
2018.
Okay.
So, what was your expectations of the festival before you came, Bally?
Well, it was. I was just excited to go somewhere that I knew would be guaranteed good weather.
Yeah, pretty class, isn't it?
I remember my first impression of Primavera was how incredible the layout of that place is.
Yeah,
it is bonkers. It's not like any other place. I certainly haven't been to any other festival that's got the layout like that.
Nah,
unreal. Like the sort of the way it aesthetically looked. How you got to certain things by the water, certain things, going upstairs, around alcoves, and
you couldn't design it by accident, could you? That was you couldn't design it on purpose. I should say. Sorry, yeah.
Pretty full on.
Good though, right?
Absolutely brilliant. And we kept going back, so it's clearly because we touched on this before. I know there's nothing better than a well-organised festival.
We love organisation.
Oh, dear. And as I'm getting older, I'm leaning into it more and more. But that might have been the first time where I thought, it's better being organised. Look at this. This is awesome.
Yeah, organisations are great. Organs are also good.
Yeah, I need nearly all of them.
Yes. So if you're listening and you have some available. But yeah, so I think what we do, we'd look forward a little bit as well. We're going to look at 2019. We're going to look forward to this year's lineup as well. Currently, neither of us going, are we?
No. I went last year.
You went last year? But let's talk about that quickly first. You had a little solo thing.
Yes, so I went to watch England were playing away against Andorra. This is the boring bit. The game against Andorra couldn't be played in Andorra. It had to be moved into...
Microphone to you.
Oh, sorry. Had to be moved to Espanyol's stadium. And I decided afterwards, rather than go with all the lads, England, I'd just go on a solo mission to Primavera on my own.
It's probably worth mentioning that you is the same day that Primavera was on.
Yeah, so the game I think the game finished at about 7:30, something like that, and I decided I was going to make a beeline to try and get an Uber or transport straight to the festival. And I got in just as Fontaines was starting.
Absolutely fantastic.
I watched Fontaines. I then went to go and see the new bit of the festival that they've added, which is hardcore drum and bass, dance, techno, the loudest stage I've ever had, ever. I've never been to anything like that in my life.
Wow.
To the point where I went to go and watch... what's the HOTT? Chappelle Rowan.
Yes.
I went to go and see her, which was great. I was doing all the moves by the end of it.
Very nice.
That was sandwiched in between Fontaines and the act I'll talk about shortly. But yes, Chappelle Rowan, and it was that loud that I was relatively near the front to Chappelle Rowan, and I could still hear this stage behind me.
That's problematically loud at that point, then, isn't it? Really?
Honestly, when you got near it, your rib cage started to reverberate. That's how loud it was. So I don't know whether they're going to have that again this year. If they are, they're going to have to turn the noise down. You can't have it bleeding on. Like we're talking like a stage, that's not very big at all, bleeding onto a main stage. Yeah, it was not very practical. Fun.
What did you say about the organisation earlier?
Yeah, but this is where you have to make your mistakes as you go. And
sure.
I mean, they've obviously sort of said we're going to try and appeal to the mess heads. And I was obviously...
And here we come every year.
It took me in and then spat me out very quickly. But yeah, Chappelle Rowan, HOTTOGO, knew the dance moves. great.
We didn't know it on the first chorus,
No,
right?
no, by the end I was fluent.
I thought I was seeing double here, 4 chapels.
And she was incredible, I have to say.
Yeah. I watched it live on the telly. It was amazing.
It was a bit like if you imagine. I've never really seen Kate Bush obviously live because she packed up pretty much. But when we started going to stuff, but it reminds me a little bit of that.
There's a lot of that there.
It's quirky and it's kind of like full on and it's emotional and it was good. And then after that there was what are they called? LCD Sound System. They were on afterwards.
I'm trying to think. Do I know who that is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that is one of the best bands of all time.
So that was good.
Thank
yeah,
you,
so that was a full on day. And then I got back. I don't think I had accommodation. I just rocked back up at the airport after the festival finished.
Absolutely class.
And got the first flight home again.
I've seen it done.
Yeah.
I've seen it done.
Oh yeah,
I've done it
at that festival.
At that festival on more than one occasion. You know, Skepta at 4 a.m. and then literally be eating breakfast in northwest London by 3.
Yeah.
By 8. Yes, watching Skepta at. Come off in the edit, you fucker. Not worth doing twice, is it?
No, definitely not. No, definitely not.
Okay, well, fuck that. So, Primavera Sound 2026. What a time to be alive. What a lineup, Bally. Thoughts, feelings, emotions on this year's offering?
My first thought was I thought it was something to do with the Olympics.
I know.
When I saw the poster.
And as you would. I'm still trying to piece that together.
Well, the LA Olympics that's coming up, I'm pretty sure that's the same logo and exact logo branding, backdrop they're using for that.
In many ways, is it not an Olympic effort getting through Primavera Sound?
I mean, it can be, yeah.
A couple of very late nights and...
Yeah, that's you for the high jump.
Effort. Yeah. Imagery and Olympics aside, lineup, talk to me.
I'd have a lot of fun. I mean, I know the thing is with Primavera is because of kind of where it's situated. Usually it's before a Glastonbury.
But it's quite early in the festival season. It's probably worth mentioning. It's like literally the first weekend of June or the last weekend of May, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that is one of the appeals to me. You don't want to be going to a Spanish festival any later than that.
That's about the latest I'd want to be.
Yeah, because obviously people that go to Beni Kassim and your Mad Cool and stuff like that, they just get burnt to death.
Yeah,
especially
no fun.
White ginger people like us.
When they get, you let me know.
Oh, okay. And but yeah, I liked it because it wouldn't start. Nothing would really get going until the sun was starting to set. And then the real shit started at like midnight. That was when your headline acts roughly, isn't it? About midnight-ish, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And then it sort of tails off into just craziness by sort of 2, 3, 4, and then you're still going at 5, 6. But yeah, that was the appeal to me. So I think it's that sort of time of year. What was the question?
There was a question. Oh yeah, bands and stuff that are playing.
Oh yeah.
So let's have a look. We've got The Cure headlining. We've got Doja Cat, the XX, Gorillaz, Massive Attack, Addison Rae, My Bloody Valentine, Pink Pantheress, Skrillex, and Peggy Gou. Whew.
Yeah. Unbelievably, I've never seen The Cure live.
Neither have I.
Really?
Unbelievable, right?
But hang on. I missed Glaston's where Glasgow.
Yeah.
What was it? Glasgow where they played headlined.
Same.
You were at that.
Was I?
Glasgow, no?
I don't think so.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's one of the ones I missed.
Ah, that makes sense then.
But I'm not made of stone. Some of The Cure's best work is unfucking deniable. Do I think I'd enjoy the full 90 minutes to 2 hours of The Cure? I think there'd be quite a bit of fluff on that, Bowley. What do you think?
Well, I don't know whether this is a sort of shoe-in to a conversational point I was going to make later, but I am currently embarking on something which I've no idea why I'm doing this. There's too many good albums that I haven't listened to. And so the other day I thought, what is the defining list of albums of all time? And NME in 2013 published the 500 greatest albums of all time. And I decided I'm going to listen to them all. I'm going to listen to every single one in full.
Amazing.
And I'm going to set myself a target of when to do it as well. I've got obviously a lot of time on my hands. And it's going to be between, 5 days ago and Truck, which I think is realistic.
That is a really tight window.
So that's five. That's basically 5 a day for 100 days. That's basically what it is, give or take. And I'm going at a rate of knots here. But one of the albums was a Cure album. It's one of the defining Cure albums. Obviously, I don't know the names of the albums. I just tell you it's by the band. And again, this is stuff where I probably know all of the greatest hits of the Cure. As you say, we'd probably go and watch them play at a festival or something like that. And 6 or 7 of the songs we would know implicitly, and we'd have a great time. The rest of it, not so much. But obviously, I've listened to this body of work, which is in the let's say I've got between 500 and 475, so 500 and 475 so far. The Cure, one of their albums, is in it, and it's really, really good, like really bloody good. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit samey to the point where I'm thinking, oh, is this the banger? Oh, it's not the banger. But the whole body of work for the 45 minutes I was listening to it was incredibly good. And you've got to bear in mind at that point, this particular album, they're set in their own semi-genre, I suppose you could say. It's kind of got that kind of new romantics feel, still with a bit of synth pop. It's taken all of the great bits that are around them at that time, but it still sounds unique. And I know it's digressed from that, but like, in terms of going to see The Cure...
So what you're saying is The Cure in being good shocker?
What I'm trying to get at, if we stood there for an hour and a half, you wouldn't get bored. You would go, I don't know this song, but I couldn't see you getting bored.
Interesting. Well, let's put pen to paper.
Okay.
And then we've got this is the big one actually, the return of the XX.
Yeah.
So I was mentioning this yesterday with Gene. They've got their first gigs of the year back in Mexico and then Coachella this year.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
You've got to be a new album in the back pocket, isn't there?
Oh, it's got to be.
They're not doing that otherwise.
They're not doing this for just, I mean, they're a band that have enough bang to not be doing a 20th anniversary sort of styly thing. That's no disrespect to those who do. I'm just saying.
Block party if you're listening.
They constantly are doing them. But yeah, they're not coming back unless they got something original.
Yeah.
Like Jamie, he's not going to be pissing about with this unless he has to.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? He's got enough on this summer.
He can be as busy or as relaxed as he wants to be. That man.
Well, he's Harry's best friend for the summer. Don't forget.
Let's not forget a month of MSG.
Month of being with Harry Styles.
Yeah, but that's really exciting. So I'm thinking any day now we're going to get the new single, I think. So that's really, really exciting. They're one of the great bands, and I really, really enjoyed their set at Primavera in 2019, 17?
I was there, so it'd be 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Good memories. Speaking of bands we've seen before at Primavera Sound, Gorillaz.
Yeah.
That would have been 2022, I guess, right?
Yep.
I can't believe how much I enjoyed that. Leading up to it, I hadn't given it a second thought. And then when I was at the apartment on the way up there, I just forgot how many great songs they've got. I think songs like Stylo, Kids with Guns.
Tune.
So good. And they played all of them. The set list was absolutely flawless that night.
Yeah, that's where it does go a little bit awry. So I saw them when they headlined Glastonbury, and a lot of people seemed to not really understand what was going on, got the hump.
Yeah.
They sort of like, I'm off sort of thing.
Sure.
And I absolutely loved it because it was like a whole story. It was the Plastic Beach
Beach one, yeah.
And it was just a whole story, and then at the end, I think what it was, people were getting frustrated. It's like, I don't know this, I don't know that. But then what they did was that Plastic Beach finished, and then they throw out the bangers at the end.
They literally had Snoop Dogg come out.
Yeah, exactly.
They had Marky Smith, they had Lou Reed.
Smith, R.I.P.
They had Lou Reed.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want?
Yeah, just people, and Womack. I mean, all these people unfortunately, all these people that are on their album are now dead.
Yeah, I'm seeing a theme here.
It's worrying.
Doesn't look good for De La Soul, does it?
No.
Be careful out there, lads.
But yeah, they're obviously back, Gorillaz anyway. Now they're on the circuit doing...
New album's great, by the way.
Yeah, heard it the other week. Good gear. Before I embarked on my challenge, of course, I can't listen to anything else now.
No, of course. I see
That's
the problem
it. I have to listen to these albums every single day, otherwise I'm not going to reach my target.
So the XX's new album isn't too appealing right now. You're thinking, give it 6 months, please.
This is the thing. I can sort of push all this stuff into the long grass.
Yeah.
And then after a truck, I'll have to...
I'll get there when I'm ready. Don't worry.
Exactly.
All good. Who else we got? There's a Massive Attack. I mean,
Is that where? Oh, sorry.
I've only listened to a Massive Attack album for the first time recently.
I guarantee that's in that top bloody 500.
Bet it is.
Oh, at least one.
Yeah, album list compilers. They love
Massive Attack. Oh, 100%, man.
I knew a lot less of it than I thought I would, Bawley.
Less of it than you thought you would?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
Teardrop.
That's not that emotional.
No. Teardrop. That'll do. I don't know, man.
It's still, I'd like to watch that. It's good gear. It's good gear. The good gear is really good. So that Pink Panthers, I think that'll be really fun.
Going back to Massive Attack, they just seem to be massive in Europe, in every major European country. They seem to really sort of have that breadth across Europe where they really smash it. A bit like Depeche Mode in that respect. They are just...
They headlined a couple of years back, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. But we for some reason we had to think, well, don't get me wrong, these are massive bands, but like they sort of like just outside in terms of like in England, the UK. Like Massive Attack, Depeche Mode, 2 examples. Like
Yeah,
you go to
very
France,
English bands that are
you
way
go to
bigger
Spain.
outside, yeah.
They are Germany. They are just massive in them countries. So that's obviously when you see them a bit higher up a bill than you probably expect them.
And that is why we wanted Brexit. To create that real
You know what it means, don't you? Brexit means
it does mean Brexit.
Yeah.
And then we've got a few quick dance acts. You've got Skrillex and Peggy Goo. But then you've got My Bloody Valentine that high up on the lineup as well. So it's a real mix here, isn't it?
I remember going to I know we're doing other Primaveras as we go along here, but I remember going to when I went to watch Bon Iver play Primavera, and at the end of it, he said, because that was when the 2 stages were facing one another.
Yeah, right.
And he turned and he said, "This is the only time I'm ever going to say this, but as soon as I finish, if you turn around, Slayer are going to start."
That's right. I remember you saying this. It's so funny.
And I was sort of relatively near the front of Bon Iver, and I thought, am I going to have enough time to turn around and get out of here?
Yeah.
Before this
Before you get
wall
slayed.
hits me.
Yeah.
And I didn't. No, I couldn't get out. But as soon as he finished, then it was just, and it was intense.
Wow.
So they obviously have it as like a nod to that type of music, but they'll have one big. They try and get one biggie in each time. And that, don't get me wrong, My Bloody Valentine are nowhere near as heavy as Slayer, but
Sure.
they're always
a loud,
a nod.
noisy band. Yeah, absolutely. There's a closer similarity to that than there is, say, Doja Cat.
Yes.
Fair play.
I'd probably rather see My Bloody Valentine than Doja Cat, to be fair.
I can relate to that.
Okay.
Thank you. And we get down a bit lower on the lineup now, and there's a few really big familiar names here. You got Mac DeMarco, that feels like part of the DNA of Primavera Sound, in all honesty.
I was under the impression that he was had been cancelled. No, not dead. one below dead.
I don't believe he's
As well as
cancelled. He's
dead.
sober.
Wasn't he? Am I not making this up? Wasn't he really up against it with some serious charges?
I don't believe he was. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. He's doing 3 nights at Brixton this year. He's very high up on the lineup at Primavera Sound. I think you've got the stick here, Paulie.
He was up against it.
Really?
Check it out. Check it
So
out.
we can Google live.
Yeah, let's Google live.
Hold this. Mac DeMarco cancelled? Is it true that Mac DeMarco recorded his friend masturbating in front of mirrors?
There we go.
What happened to Mac DeMarco?
There we go.
Mac DeMarco sees himself as an old man nowadays. In fact, is it freaked if we were an interview? Is Mac DeMarco cancelled? I literally love his songs, but I've seen people on TikTok saying they don't support him. Did he get cancelled? I don't think he's been cancelled, Bully.
There was some sort of sex scandal thing.
He recorded his friend masturbating in front of mirrors. Bully, the amount of times I've done that to you. I really don't see what the problem is.
Bassist did 2 years in jail for sexual assault.
Oh, right, okay.
Perhaps it was that.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Perhaps it was that. I don't know.
Perhaps it was that.
Anyway, please do feel free to edit that for maybe legal reasons more than anything.
Allegedly. Should preface, allegedly. So yeah, but I'm a big Mac guy. Love the guy. I've watched him a few times at Primavera Sound before and always had a lovely time.
Did we watch him once and he was naked?
That's what I was going to get to.
Okay, sorry.
The infamous chaotic show where the drummer walked on naked and then bit by bit every member of the band started
And
losing
everybody
clothes.
in the crowd got naked.
Is that what happened?
No, I don't think so.
I wasn't wearing clothes though. Fun times, man. Fun, carefree times. You got Little Sims really high up on the bill.
Oh, when we saw her when she'd just broken in that
Yeah.
tiny little stage at Primavera.
I'd say just before she broke, really, wasn't it?
That was that the Adidas stage?
Something like that. It's a
It was
tiny
one
little
right by
stage on the beach.
It was one right by the water
Yeah.
to the point where it was getting busier and busier. And I thought there's nowhere for everyone to
getting
go.
pushed back into the
Yeah,
ocean
because
here.
it's just it was wider than it was deep.
Yeah.
That not the water, the area to stand in. Yeah,
That's right. And within a couple of months, she was the biggest deal on the planet, really. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really nice to see her.
That was great.
Kneecap, a band who are one of the most important bands of modern times.
For you, I guess. So for you,
for a
not
lot
for
of
me,
people,
obviously.
not
But
for you.
I saw them play in front of Portugal in front of 12 people.
Did you?
Yeah, no, I'll tell you about this.
Remind me.
I went to go and see. I went to go to a festival in Portugal last year, and Stormzy was headlining. And the exact same time they put Kneecap on there's only 2 stages really there. And rather than alternate them and have a little bit of an overlap, they just put them both on at exactly the same time. And there was, I'm trying to be realistic, there was 25 people, maybe 30 people, including Kneecap there.
Wow.
And so
this
by
is
the
in
end,
summer 2025.
was it 25 or 20? No, but 24. Sorry, my
Okay, fair
apologies.
enough,
My
fair
apologies. And yeah, it was 24. And by the end of it, they just thought, fuck this, we're not playing to you people. They just came into just put a tune on, pressed play, and just jumped in with us.
Had a little dance and a drink.
Had a little dancing and drinking, what have you. But yeah, they spent the entire first 20 minutes of the performance telling people how much they thought that Stormzy was a see you next Tuesday. So not a lot of work.
And you don't like his band. It sounds like a right laugh.
Stormzy was actually quite fun. But yeah, once we got to the Kneecap, we weren't going back to Stormzy. It was too interesting and entertaining to watch Kneecap.
Anything can happen here.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, and not a lot of work was getting done. When I look back on it now, you're thinking, right, they're at a point now where they should have maybe a modicum of professionalism and say, right, let's just carry on what we're doing. Let's just get our act out there and just do it. Use this as a practice session, perhaps. No, they spent 20 minutes calling Stormzy and then jumped in the crowd with us anyway.
Allegedly.
No, that wasn't alleged. Well, Stormzy being a see you next Tuesday, that's alleged.
It's funny. But, okay, class, let's see if they put a bigger crowd this year. Something tells me
I think they might do, yeah. Get the flags out.
And a few more names. You've got Blood Orange. You've got Knocked Loose, who are a proper hardcore band.
I haven't heard them for ages.
Yeah. They've got songs with a lot of barking in them. Speaking of barking, Womble's just buggered off.
You know how much we love bands with dogs involved in any kind of way, shape or form.
Have you seen any dog names on here yet?
Can't say I have, but I haven't got my glasses on.
Understood. But we've got a few other big names. We've got Viagra Boys. We've got Slow Dive. We've got Blood Orange. We've got Yard Act are back. We've got Backs to Jewelry. We've got Fuckers. Oh, that's it.
How are Viagra Boys not higher up, man?
That does seem criminal to me. They are a big deal now. Maybe they're just not that big in Spain.
Maybe when we see them at Primavera. I see them at Primavera the other year.
It was mad, wasn't it? That was mad. You got Lambrini girls. You got Geese. Fucking I forgot. It's got Geese are playing again. How are they so low down on the bill? Wow, they're pulling one of the biggest crowds of the weekend. I think Cameron Winter's playing as well as a solo thing, isn't he?
Like Geese, obviously, a lot of this stuff's getting announced months ago, I suppose.
This is more than months ago. This is a lot. This was announced probably about 10 months ago.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, Geese, when you put them on that bill, it's a different ball game now.
Yeah,
to them.
Geese a year ago and a Geese now are two different bands,
aren't they? Didn't you go to see them
just last week?
Last week, yeah.
It was one of the best shows I've ever been to. It was phenomenal what was going on in that room, Bawley.
Oh, lovely.
It was, yeah. Hear all about it on today's episode of the podcast, which came out of John Harperson.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, you can get a full in-depth review. Do not ask me questions in person. It's purely...
No. I mean, I'm just obviously looking at the fact we're going to talk about Primavera, then we're going to talk about the month. I don't want you to repeat yourself, obviously, but you could just tell me very good.
Oh, very good.
There you go. That's
very
fine.
good.
Please carry on.
But we can go into more detail. It's really great to see a Gen Z band and people being excited by them and the kids getting a good product. You know, this generation of kids getting a good product.
Rather than churned out dirge.
Yeah. And man, they just play like they've been doing it for 50 years, Bawley. They're clearly not playing to a click track. The time signatures go when the song's almost like warping in real time, and they know exactly what the other person's doing. They're fucking puppies, though, Bawley. They are so young. How they can be that good and be that young is crazy, and they look amazing. I was saying to John on the yesterday's podcast that like they had the lighting set up where it would like project from the side, and they'd cut them in a silhouette, and it would take up the whole of the wall on the side of Hammersmith Apollo.
Gotcha.
And their silhouettes are fucking amazing. You know, like I was saying in the podcast, like the Matt Groening theory of every Simpsons character should be recognisable by their silhouette alone.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Geese have.
Yeah.
And I can't think of many bands that would really have that nowadays.
That's cool.
So, like...
How did you get a ticket?
I was a bit beggy on Instagram.
Okay, that's fine. You don't want to give any credit or props to, or have you done that already?
Georgie, I appreciate you, for giving it to me as an early birthday gift.
Oh, bless her.
And
what a woman.
Love you.
Top stuff.
Had a great time, Georgie. So thank you for that. And that is why it always pays to be a bit beggy on Instagram. Thank you very much. Plenty of other stuff here. We got Fuckers, who are amazing. Their album come out on Friday and is very, very good.
I'll have to push it in the long grass.
Of course, you've got a lot going on, haven't you?
I've got a project.
Yeah. New Dad from Ireland, they're really great. Really like The Cure, actually. Very similar to The Cure.
Hang on, they called New Dad from Ireland, or they're New Dad from Ireland?
They are called New Dad.
But they're from Ireland.
You won't guess where they're from.
It's too late. We're ahead of you.
Yeah, but that's enough looking forward.
We don't have to say, if a band's from Ireland, you don't just say from Ireland. I mean, just because otherwise you'll be saying that a lot. Because trust me, they're on the up.
Up next, we have Björk from Iceland. Yeah, so look, let's look back at Bawley's first Primavera. It must have been probably my fourth, I think.
Really? I thought, honestly, that you maybe done one, possibly one, probably two before. So, did they say there was 3 before? That's you were crikey. You were
do
doing
you know what?
bits.
There might have been more than that, Bawley. I'm not joking, because that would have been the year the Strokes played there. I think about 2013, 2014. It was,
and it doesn't have many gap years, does it?
none.
Exactly. Apart from obviously
COVID.
yeah.
So this was an interesting one. So I got a bit of a freebie. And when I say a bit of a freebie, I mean a lot of a freebie.
A big one.
So I had got my ticket in the pre-sale the year in advance for the 2019 festival, which I hadn't bothered, didn't need it. In December, I won a big competition where I was flown out to Barcelona by the Primavera Sound team, me and 9 other competition winners.
Sorry.
Go on.
Marveloso.
And my darling wife was like, are you mad? Like, you're going to give up your Saturday to hang out with a bunch of competition winners in a foreign city? Like, why are you doing that? And I was like, well, I've got a theory. I reckon there'll be something in this.
Of course there is going to be, yeah.
So the idea was they were going to film us for their social media and have our reactions go like, oh my God, wow, I can't believe they're playing. And they were going to use that on the socials. So all day long, we sort of meet them in Barcelona and they're sort of geeing us up and telling us what to expect from the experience. And we need big reactions. Once we're filming with you guys, we're going to show you a video. We need big reactions.
I mean, you definitely were the great type in terms of people who can give a bit, because these people have randomly won the competition.
You had to earn it. You had to do like a little video of some sort.
So I was about to say,
you had to have a mild smidgen of charisma of some sort.
Yeah, they must have known your surprise face was on point, because you've got one of
my surprise face.
Oh, you can act.
That's a good surprise face, Bill. Actually, yeah. So they showed us these videos. And it said, we are about to show you the lineup for Primavera Sound 2019. We need big reactions. The lineup will be Mozart, The Beatles, David Bowie, Queen. And it's like, well...
Was it this particular festival?
It's this one.
Well, this is 2018, so don't keep saying 2019, because otherwise people are getting
I meant 2018. Thank God you're in. It was definitely this one. And they kept showing us all these fake acts that were playing. And then suddenly it said, just a heads up, we're not going to show the lineup this year. But we are here to let you know that you have won VIP tickets for the 2018 festival. You have also won VIP tickets for the 2019 festival. And we are also going to put you up at the Prince's Hotel right in front of the festival. Obviously, the reaction on the social media was going, oh my God, like, fuck, that is sick, oh my God.
And that's what they used.
That's what they used.
That was the reaction they used.
But what they thought, what people thought we were seeing was Bjork, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, The War on Drugs, The National, Migos, Tyler the Creator, Haim, Arctic Monkeys, Lord, ASAP Rocky. We didn't know any of that. We didn't know any of that until it got announced.
Yeah, I mean, you going, oh my God, like, you know, like Uncle Albert in Only Fools and Horses, like that level of surprise, like for Bjork would have been quite something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't get up there.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would have been that. I mean, Bjork, fair play, I enjoyed it, but I don't think anyone would have been that excited for Iceland's Queen.
Sure. But it was a really fun night. They took me out, the whole team at Barcelona, at Primavera Sound. It was like their Christmas do, basically, with 10 competition winners. And I spent the whole night chatting to like the senior boss guy. And I go, look, blink twice if it's Arctic Monkeys or Kanye West. Well, I couldn't possibly tell you, brother. I can't tell you.
Was that your dis and that accent then?
Pretty good, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty good. So, thoughts and feelings, Bawley. What's your thoughts on the lineups of Primavera Sound 2018?
Well, I was there, so it was. I can relate to it a little bit. It was relevant to me. I actually really enjoyed Bjork. I remember it was a lot about flowers. That was what I remember about it. Flowers being born and the chrysalis and all that kind of. So the light show was.
You're a big flower guy, right?
Oh, I'm massive into flowers. Well, of different sorts over the years. Bjork was brilliant. I have to say, Nick Cave we just kept seeing relentlessly all of a sudden, and I enjoyed that.
What does it mean relentlessly?
Well, we went to go and see him. There was that. We read obviously Rock Werchter. I saw him the week before Rock Werchter as well. So basically, this is the first time I'd seen Nick Cave,
right?
And then this is the beginning of it. Like me, just every time I went to anything, he was just there. Sure. So, War on Drugs, fantastic band. I've stood the test of time.
Yeah.
Churches I actually really enjoyed. Obviously,
they're amazing. I watched them that weekend.
Yeah, so did I.
Thinking they're a bit shit, and I quickly had my some manners put on me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a Scottish female lead singer fronting a band. I thought, is she gonna float my boat? But I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good.
I think the problem is their big single, "The Mother We Shared," is trash. It's such a crap single. But the rest of the stuff's amazing. So, like, the one song that shouldn't be massive is, and that sort of clouded my judgment. With that band. Then what else have we got here, Bawley?
I went to see the National. That was the first time I'd ever seen them as well. And
that is the classic case of a band that people would assume that I love. I couldn't give a shit about the National.
I know you couldn't. It's also a classic band that kind of slow enough in places and morose enough in places that you would think I would like them, and I do.
Bawley, sorry, Bawley. What's their name again?
That's Womble.
Womble. What do you think about the National?
Not really. Not nonplussed, basically. No? Okay, fair enough.
My interviewing technique needs a little work. What else did we catch that day? DJ Cozy's amazing. Mount Kimby are great. I don't think I watched many people this day looking at this, honestly. I don't know what I was up to.
We were, I dread to think. I saw Tyler, the Creator.
I saw Tyler, the Creator. That was class. I actually saw Tyler, the Creator twice that day.
This rings a bell. Yeah.
I saw him perform on stage at Primavera Sound, and I saw him eat breakfast at the hotel.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So,
what was he eating for breakfast?
Yogurt.
Oh, for crying out loud. What is up with people? We don't realise we're in the minority when it comes to breakfast habits. Obviously, I appreciate you're vegan, but, bacon, sausage is the staple, and then the rest is just detail after that.
Understood.
Bloody yogurt.
Or
they have like a dessert, don't they? Like maple syrup on.
They're big on the maple syrup, aren't they?
Yeah.
In that part of the world.
My son is obviously like super Tyler, the Creator fan now. Massive. He's playing 2 days at back to back. I think All Points East, isn't it? And I gotta say, I like it.
Yeah, he's class. I've always liked him. Is he someone I want to be friends with and go for a pint with? No. Quite an unpleasant man, I think.
All of it, I remember all of it, but all of his early social media stuff was him like being like kids who were waiting to see him. He was making a real point for that. And so I remember always thinking, that's pretty cool. Like, who cares about the fans? But then it sort of turns out, if you're not his fan, he doesn't care about you at all. So you've got to be in that little pocket, perhaps. Maybe that's what it is.
Tricky, really tricky.
What have you heard that I don't know?
Well, that was my personal experience when I bumped into him in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but that was you.
I came in a bit hot, I think.
Again, was it the beggy Instagram sort of vibe, was it?
Look, I enjoyed the show. I remember, actually, it was really cool, like, walked on stage. It was the big Cherry Bomb album at the time, wasn't it? And it was the... I can't even lie, I've been lonely as fuck on the big screens. And that was like, it was a pretty cool start to the show. Really great performance.
I related to it, yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched it on my own, actually. And then we watched Haim. I know that you didn't watch Haim. I remember who you watched. I got this wrong, didn't I, Bawley? Do you remember who you watched instead of Haim?
It could have been anyone. I don't know. Anything would have been better.
You watched Idols, Bawley.
Oh, yeah.
And then barely known Idols at the bottom of the lineup.
That was absolutely insane.
When you get it wrong, you get it wrong. And I
remember standing there thinking, if this band doesn't go on to be the voice of 1,000 T-shirts at festivals, then I really don't know. No, honestly, I remember thinking to myself, this is perfect because it's ballsy enough to bring in people who have got like that kind of taste, a bit heavier down the line, and bring them back in this way. It's got enough to relate to the sort of indie finger pumping kids to bring them that way heavier again. It's talking about sort of like how everyone's oppressed and we can beat the way out of it, which of course, if you want to be cool and hip, everyone's on that vibe. So when you started to look at it, and I remember standing there thinking that like, and I'd had a beer or two. I'd had a beer or two. And I remember standing there thinking to myself, if this doesn't become the next big thing, I'll be very surprised. I didn't realise that every single festival you go to, because was it you and me that played the how many Idols T-shirts can you spot game?
Yeah, I mean,
it's just absolutely mental. I think it was. I can't remember what festival it was at. Idols weren't playing. Idols weren't playing at this festival. Bear in mind, and it was like in the day I saw like 70. I mean, it's just like the merch these guys must be selling.
Hate the music, love the T-shirts.
Honestly.
Ambivalent on the politics. Bit of fun there, bit of humour.
They were great though, man. And I've been a big fan ever since. So,
yeah, I was gutted to miss that one. I got it wrong. I watched Haim for about the 7th or 8th time. Probably didn't need to watch them again. But I'd say
rather eat yogurt.
You'd rather eat yogurt. I'd say who I did watch that day that I enjoyed was Father John Misty. He'd have been probably the first person I caught that day. I saw him... Yeah, still in the daytime, I guess, wasn't it? So I watched him on that Saturday. But again, he's
about
another
8 in
one.
the evening, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's afternoon. Yeah. But I had two experiences in that day. I watched him on stage, and I watched him have a swim in the morning at the hotel. So
I'm starting to wonder a little bit about what's going on at this hotel. That you're just sort of like the all-seeing eye.
I'm the competition winner. I assume you've heard of me.
Literally, like Tyler the Creator's eating yogurt, and you just appear. Your head peers up over the other side of the table. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Me again. But it was funny. Andy always talks about this, right? So we're having a Bloody Mary by the pool, hanging out of our asses. Father John Misty, Josh Tillman, as his mother knows him, was having a swim, and I was like, "It's Father John Misty over there." And the swimmer's going, "Oh, it's fucking sick." And because I'm me, I've got to just say something.
good swimming there, man.
Great stroke. And he's having a swim about. And I've gone, "Josh, hear the album's out today, right? Really looking forward to it, bro." "Thanks, man." Yeah, that's probably about right. Yeah, that's probably about right.
I don't know what you wanted him to say. Like,
Yeah.
can you fuck off? I'm trying to swim. He might have been timing laps or something. You know what I mean? And you just go, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can you just stop you there?
Oh,
Can
I saw the way he was swimming. It was a relaxed splash.
Was he a
wasn't-
breaststroker? Not in that way, but was he swimming
We've all
breaststroke?
got it in us, haven't we? But
Lord knows I
yeah, it was unnecessary of me to interrupt him, and I regretted it every day since. So that was that. I saw the Stranger Things performance that day. It wasn't quite as good as I thought it would be, in all honesty. I remember thinking,
Has Stranger Things been on for that long, has it?
mad, isn't it? So obviously it works really, really well on a movie score, a TV show score, sorry. And then to go and watch it live at like 1 a.m. at Primavera wasn't the vibe.
No, I could imagine. No,
Wasn't the
not the
vibe.
thing you really needed to push you off in the last 3 or 4 hours.
This is it. Confidence Man, who I missed because I was dealing with a casualty that day. Do you remember?
Was it Seb?
I was going to keep him nameless. But
Okay.
yeah, sure. He was in a bad way. In fact, that's quite funny, actually. No, maybe it was the day before, actually. Either way, one of our friends, it was his first festival. He got carried away. And that lovely, nice hotel of mine was now full of human beings that weren't supposed to be there because Seb couldn't walk. And I had to take him back to the hotel. And I remember I had to get him back to the hotel. Heim were leaving the hotel to go to the festival and enjoy themselves.
And you literally had this guy.
And
sort
I'd
of like
literally had a
hanging
man
around
whose
you.
spine had stopped working. And hi, ladies, good to see you. Looking forward to the show later. And
Wow.
yeah, cheers, man. Who's the guy?
Yeah, that's
Pretty embarrassing.
Sorry for naming him there, but you know that is his name.
That is his name, allegedly.
Obviously, I went to Idols with him the previous
Yes,
night.
I'm thinking. I can't remember if it was the day before. Maybe it was the Thursday. Or something.
He was
I can't
always he
remember.
was already incredibly frivolous by this point, and I think he just maintained that for the next 24 hours after. So, yeah, fair play.
Thoughts and prayers of all involved.
Yeah, good man.
Anything we're missing here, Bolly? I saw Seth Troxler's disco set on the beach. That was good. Thundercat was playing a bass guitar in the way I didn't know was possible.
Yeah, I saw Confidence, man.
Yeah, I missed him for some reason. I must have been dealing with some kind of casualty. Don't
Yeah.
know. Fuck knows. And then we get on to Super Saturday. Much to discuss. Arctic Monkeys, just a couple of weeks after the release of the much misunderstood Tranquility Base Hotel and
yes.
Casino. Some of their best work, in my opinion. And not a lot of people agree with me on that.
I ended up I absolutely love it. By the way, that's you're talking my space funk jazz.
I
Yeah,
know
count
that.
me in.
Yes.
Count me in. Obviously, again, I think he's at his coolest as well when he's pretending sort of just kind of like being Elvis Presley.
Yep,
that's
I agree.
right bit of me.
I agree.
Writing for that. Yeah, what I remember doing when they actually came out on stage, Arctic Monkeys, I spent about an hour. No, that's a lie. Probably about 40 minutes of the hour trying to just hunt around for space where it didn't sound shit.
Yeah.
It was the sound was disappointing.
It was without a doubt the worst Arctic Monkey show I've been at. Not because Arctic Monkeys were bad or anything like that. The sound had completely gone out on the back row speakers, if I remember correctly.
That's correct.
It was completely inaudible.
I ended up finally finding somewhere that
You were
had
more proactive than the rest of us.
I was like barrel rolling and all sorts.
Yeah.
I was like fire and move. I ended up, and then I just found Jamie Jameson just standing there.
That's nice.
I just watched the gig with him.
That's the way to do it.
think
It
it
was
was
a
him
very
and John
disappointing
Joe.
experience on my part. And not Alex's fault. There was one thing he got wrong. He for the encore, when Arctic Monkeys disappear and come off stage and come back on, what's the one song you always want them to play when they come on for an encore, Bully? It's a loaded question. Is it Bat Phone, the unknown album track from their new album, which I would say is probably the worst song on that album.
It was strange, wasn't it?
It was a strange choice of song.
It wasn't the only time they did that either. But yeah.
Strange choice of song at a festival, I'd say.
It wasn't Bat Phone is not the answer.
Bat Phone is not the answer.
There's an array of songs you could have picked.
I'd like a bit of Mardy Bone if you don't mind.
You can have that. You have a certain romance. You can have something like that. You can have both if you like.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Oh, that'd be great.
No, I'll take Bat Phone, thank you. So that was a shame.
But again, you're sort of standing there, and obviously the new album's just come out. The new vibe has just been set.
Yeah, let's get it right. There's a huge vibe shift for Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, and obviously what he's basically got to try and impose on the situation is, I am going to do what the fuck I want to do.
Well, he did,
because if he doesn't have that mindset, the next 2 albums are going to be a slog for even the most hardiest of fans. He's basically saying, join me now. I'm leading you into battle, and I will play shit music whenever I feel like it. Okay, Alex, no problem. We're on.
Do you remember what he was wearing that night?
See, let's reverse it. Do I remember what I was wearing that night?
Was it the Don? No, what were you wearing?
Let's spin it around. I believe I was wearing a Whitney Houston commemorative T-shirt that night.
Alex Turner wasn't aware the same, and last minute changed. So that was lucky, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I took it out of the wardrobe and legged it.
Well, it's not a million miles off what Alex was wearing. He was wearing a T-shirt that simply said, "What would Dolly do?" As in Dolly Parton. He was wearing Dolly Parton merch.
So what we're saying is, hang on a minute, Whitney Houston's biggest song and Dolly Parton's biggest song are the same song.
So your biggest song is also Bat Phone by the Arctic Monkeys. Is that what you're saying, Bobby? Yeah, that's quite something. So then basically that disappointing set finished from the best band of all time. And the second it finished, the opposing stages sound started. It was ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
The sound was like an avalanche.
Yeah.
It was so fucking loud and crystal clear.
Yeah.
And it was a case of, look what you could have won.
Yeah, I know.
And it was really hard to enjoy it because I had such an ump about the disappointing Arctic Monkeys experience.
I have to say, I think the A$AP Rocky was brilliant, to be fair.
I loved it, to be fair. I'm being a bit facetious.
I don't know a great deal about him.
No, but I remember, I only knew a couple of his songs at that point, and there was one, I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem.
Yeah, well, we've all got that issue.
And he's, Skepta come out for a song or two, that was really good. I had a lovely time, actually. I'm being a bit silly about it.
Of course, like Skepta, we forgot to touch on the fact that he is yet again, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but he's always on call, isn't he?
He's always on call.
I don't know where this guy is. He just sort of someone can.
He's ready.
Someone cancelled her. I'll be there in 45 minutes. He'll be in London. This is in Spain. Don't worry.
Double it.
Yeah, exactly.
So he replaced Migos. He was planning to get him there on the Friday. He was like, "Don't worry about that. I'm playing on Skepta time. I'll be there tomorrow." So that's what happened. He got added to the bill to replace Migos, but it was the next day.
Okay, that makes sense.
So maybe someone got
moved
put
up
on the day earlier. So we don't know. That's not our concern. But yeah, Skepta ended up playing on the last night of the festival.
It's good to see we've researched the nuances of this, haven't we, prior to talking about it?
That's what a good podcaster would have done. But I remember so I watched Skepta, and that finished at 3 or 4 in the morning, whatever, and then went straight from there, straight to the airport, straight through crew on no sleep. So Skepta at 3 a.m, breakfast in London, 8 a.m.
Well done. That smashed it that time.
Better second time, wasn't it? So yeah, I remember being sat in the cafe on top of the hill, just on the corner from here. Right, William, how you doing today? I'll be honest with you, I have been better. I have been better. I mean, the girl that served me is probably about 21, 22, and I thought she's going to love this because I've gone to her, guess what I was doing 5 hours ago? She's like, what? I was dancing to Skepta on a Barcelona beach. Anyway,
of course, obviously
the big one there, isn't it? Screaming at us.
Yeah.
Car seat headrest.
Oh, mate.
It's hard to imagine what life was like before that set, really.
First time, oh, mate, what a set.
A baptism of fire for pretty much all of us, wasn't it?
Incredibly.
It's a band that has had a massive, lasting impact on our friendship for a lot of us.
Yeah.
About 6, 7 of us who absolutely adore that band.
There will be people that you know or know of that don't know who this band are as well.
That breaks my heart.
But there is people out there that don't.
Because it's weird to know where their audience is. Because I don't feel but I mean, they don't feel like a Six Music band. They're a Pitchfork band, I guess, aren't they?
Of course. They very much are in that bracket.
I guess that's kind of where they live, is what I'm getting
but
at. Because they're not a Radio X band, that's for sure.
Exactly. They don't, and then there's sort of almost a reticence to be that band. They don't want to be pigeonholed like that either. So they kind of almost intentionally hide in the shadows a little bit. But yeah, once you see them, it's like, Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
one of the great bands. So that was a really big sort of turning point in a lot of our musical sort of landscape, I think, wasn't it?
Mate, that was, it was a defining moment. Obviously, it was the year of, Drunk Driver, Killer Well.
Mm-hmm.
There was much celebration was had and, regurgitating that song back at our accommodations.
Yeah, that's right. God, yeah, I forgot about that. That was well funny, yeah.
Pouring the champagne on the last day to it and dancing around that lunatics. which is a great video. It's just turned up the wrong way.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah, that was what a day.
What a day. What a holiday it was. A few other acts of interest. We saw Rolling Blackouts Rolling Blackouts Coastal Fever. Far too many syllables on that one for me, Bully.
I actually really enjoyed that, but I haven't enjoyed a great deal of it thereafter.
Their new single was phenomenal.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I'd say that they're best yet. Sunburn
I'll
in
listen
London.
to it in about August.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So yeah, really, really enjoyed their set on that small, was it Adidas stage? I guess it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been that one. Yeah,
Absolutely class stage, that one.
it just gets to the point that it's just like all of the stages are branded, aren't they?
Yes.
So you got a Ray-Ban stage and an Adidas, and you think bloody hell. And I'm pretty sure one of them moved as well. I think it was the Adidas stage might have moved location at one point.
Well, the problem is, we last went in 2022, and what had been the Ray-Ban stage in my entire career of going there has now changed sponsorship.
Yes.
So that's the best stage, the amphitheatre one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm always going to call that the Ray-Ban stage.
Yeah.
I can't shake that off, I'm afraid.
It's some of the stuff they put, considering that what that stage is like, the layout of that stage, they now put some weird shit on there.
They like some weird shit at this festival, don't they?
Yeah.
Speaking of weird shit, let's have a look. Orfeo the Wizard. Weird enough for you?
That's the sort of thing I can imagine me and Rick going to.
Yeah.
We didn't, but I can imagine.
But you can imagine it.
Yeah, exactly. After Henge, anything's possible.
Well, that was Primavera Sound 2018.
Yeah, I hope it was 18, yeah.
2018.
So,
and a little look forward. I'm getting a bit of FOMO now, in all honesty. Like, we've had some really good times there, I think. And I'd love to be having another one this year, but we're all a bit...
It was... What I liked about it was last year is I was able to dip my toe in, see 3 big acts, 2 obviously my favourite acts in close succession, and get the hell out of there again. There was something a little bit, when you get to our age, other than...
That's quite appealing, yeah.
Yeah, that is quite appealing. I was in there, I'd done it, and I got the heck out of there again.
I think that would be a good way of doing things going forward. I think a 4-day trip there is a pretty big ask nowadays, isn't it?
It is, but then similarly, you're thinking, well, I've made the commitment to go abroad. Shall I make a little bit of a holiday around it as well?
Maybe next year, Bawley.
Well, as I say, if the cards fall in my favour, I'm always interested in making my attendance known. Yeah.
I've been William Hann.
You have.
He's been Robert Ball.
I have.
That's Primavera Sound. This has been Womble, and this has been this album. Yeah.